Hi friends, this is Jim at J.D.SmokingPipes coming to you from my shop on this rainy Thursday afternoon. It's been spitting rain pretty much all day long, and it's really supposed to hit this afternoon, and we're going to get some serious rain. They're expecting close to 2 inches of rain the next 3 days, so bracing for that. Staying warm in the shop here. A little housekeeping. Smoking my little bent egg shot pipe. In it, I'm smoking some Motzek from Germany. One of their blends is an English blend, very tasty. Got that from my friend Bjorn from East Frisia. Mon Bjorn. So, really enjoying that. Actually, I'm babying it. I don't want to smoke it. I could smoke this all up in probably a week. It's so darn tasty. Some good stuff. But thought we'd talk stems and stem material today. After my last video, I had a couple of different people contact me asking questions about stems, stem material, different things like that. So that's the topic for today. But first I was going to do a quick update for shop update. I've got a couple of commissions left, and one of them I'm working on is this bent egg. Excuse the temporary stem. I just put that on there so I have something to hang on to while I'm shaping it. But it's starting to come along, getting a nice egg shape to it. So I still have some more sanding on that one there. Making up another egg-ish type one. So 2 eggs working. Also, one of the commission pipes I'm working on is a kind of a bent apple. This one's just rough shaped. I got a lot more work to do on this one, shaping it, taking down the shank, and basically it's drilled and just rough shaped. So a lot of work on that one, and starting to work on a bent doubling. So that turns out, and then hopefully after that I'll get that done here pretty quick. Yeah, pretty quick, next 2 weeks. I'm hoping to have enough time to work on these two, which is going to be a bent acorn and the freehand sitter. So hoping to get those done and have them for sale in Chicago. So that's the shop update. So, all right, let's jump into it. I just grabbed some material here, threw it on here. Didn't really go over too much in my mind or write anything down, but just thought we'd talk some basics here. There's some different materials. You've got vulcanite, you've got acrylic, you've got ebonite, Cumberland, which is ebonite. So what does that all mean? Vulcanite, it's a process they use on rubber to harden it, and I've got there's 2 choices you can go. You can go with pre-made stems, or you can make your own stems out of rod. So I grabbed some pre-made stems. I used these for the first 6 months I made pipes. So I have these to do some pipe repairs. I have friends and other people, family and stuff, that they bite through a stem, or they need a new stem for a state pipe or something. I can take one of these, drill it out. Some of them I have to actually thin out, work the button, and can fix their pipes for them. But I have some pre-made vulcanite stems here. So you can see they come in all different kind of shapes and sizes. You got diamond shank, small saddle bit. I've got round, another saddle bit. These are vulcanite, hard rubber. These are machine made in Italy. So you can also get pre-made stems made out of acrylic too. I got some here, different sizes and shapes. Got the acrylic diamond shank, saddle bit, different kind of saddle bit. It's stepped differently. Get a little different profile. These are acrylic, so you can get all kinds of stems. You can get vulcanite, church warden stems, if that's what you're interested in. You can get that. just about every shape you want that you've seen on pipes and stuff you can get. And you can get those at Vermont Freehand or from Tim West at, I think it's J.H. Lowe. They carry the different pre-made stems. So you can get those and put them on your estate pipes if you want to. Take some work. You have to size the tenon on them. I like to drill them out so they have better flow on them. And then I also like to shape them a little different around the buttons so they're not so thick. And then cut the fan in up at the button so that it smokes better. So those are the pre-made. In the rods, you can get ebonite, which is very similar to vulcanite, a little bit different. I feel it's a better material. That's basically what I use, is ebonite rods. So in the ebonite, I have solid colors and I have Cumberland. So you can get it in blue, green, ebonite, and it's a hard rubber. And I've got it in tan, also in black. So this is a 25 millimeter black. It's just not polished or turned true. This is the way it comes out when they get finished with it. And it's a little bit cheaper when you buy it in this state. You have to true it up, round it, and polish it. So sorry about the camera shaking. I've got a lot of stuff on this workbench I'm trying to work around here. I just don't have enough room for all this stuff. You can get Cumberland, all different kinds of Cumberland. Like this one here is a green and black Cumberland. This color and this kind of a stem material I think looks fantastic with a black stained pipe. So if you've got a black blasted pipe, this looks really good with it. It'll work with a tan or a brown pipe. I just feel that it looks better with the black. Everyone has, different tastes. So this is your standard Cumberland. And with the Cumberland, you can tell they take different colors and they swirl it around there. You can see that it's carrying the red more towards the middle, so that when you go in and you start cutting the flats in on it, or if you were to make a pen out of this, as you thin it out and get further down, it changes color on you and it'll have the red running through the brown and the black. So that's your standard Cumberland there. So I've got Cumberland that's called Sand, which is a real light tan and dark brown. I've got some, I believe, Strawberry, which is black and red. I've got some just brown and black. Honey Cumberland. There's all different kinds of colors. It really depends on what you like for your pipe. Now from there, you take a rod, you turn it up. You can hand make a stem like this one here, which is a saddle bit that I made from a rod like this one, by turning it down on the machinist lathe or metal lathe, getting my shape, cutting the flats in on it, doing button work on it, and sanding it and polishing it up. So you can make all kinds of stems. This one here, made a little more decorative stem for one that's going to go in with one with a pipe with a shank cap on it, so it fits inside the rim of the shank cap. So I mean, sky's the limit. This one here is a military mount type stem, nice little shorty. Has a tapered tenon on this one. So there's all kinds of ones that you can make up. This one here, I made up a half saddle for a pipe and got a little too aggressive with it, and you can see that I got into the air chamber. So I had to junk this one and make a brand new one for it. So I use this one as a temporary stem. I shove it in the pipe, gives me something to hold on to while I'm shaping the pipe and working with it. Keeps me from dropping the pipe too much. So that's the ebonite. Excuse me. I need a sweet coffee here. I'm doing so much talking, I let my pipe go out here. Still using that twist technique for tamping, and it seems to be working really well. So, okay. You can also buy acrylic rod. And acrylic rod, you can get in the plain Jane black, or you can get it in white, or you can get it in other colors like tortoise or kind of a amber type. This would be mimicking an amber stem. I've used the acrylic before for a short stem on a stubby pipe. The acrylic, I think, works okay. I don't care for it on standard stems for standard size pipes. And the reason I don't is because I don't like the acrylic tenon. I don't use Delrin for tenons. I've had problems with it before, and I've seen other pipe makers have problems. It's another fail point because you're depending on the epoxy to hold the Delrin into the stem itself, and anything that you got to cut slots into, the material like a Delrin, and have the grooves in it from the drill bit on the shank just to try and get it to stay and stick. It's going to heat up and expand and contract when you smoke it and let it cool down. And over time with that, it's going to create a fail point. The epoxy's strong, but it's not going to last forever. And so I don't like using that. I like the old school way. I like Ebonite or Cumberland from Germany. Mostly SEM is what I use from Germany. Sometimes I do use New York Hamburg because they do have different colors. New York Hamburg has a different feel. The SEM is a little bit softer Ebonite that I feel. I like it, the feeling of it in my teeth. The New York Hamburg's a little harder. It's kind of between a plastic and or acrylic and the SEM, but it's a good material too. That's why I use mostly Ebonite. But sometimes when you're making a stubby billiard or a stubby poker, I know we've used them in the past for pipes that I made and my father hand carves on, and we do those on special orders. But I use pin blanks because you can get some wild colors with pin blanks. So this one here, you got the red, white, yellow. You're not sure exactly what you're going to get when you turn this into a stem. And on a short stem, or you're only going to use half of that, or a stubby pipe, really colorful, really pretty. So if you're going to do like a blasted or a carved pipe, that can really look nice on it. We had other colors like this one here, which is orange and red, brown. And I've got a bag of them over there because I used to make pins, but I haven't found time to make them lately. But you can use those. I've got ones that are purple, blue, and white. All different colors. There's so many different options and stuff, and you can get them at a couple of different places, like Woodcraft sells them. I think Rockler sells them. I'm not sure, but a lot of the places online sell pin blanks. If you look it up, you can get these blocks, and you can make stems out of them if you want to cut them. A new acrylic that I've found that I've been using for making accents is these acrylic blocks, and they're a really good sized block. Matter of fact, I'm going to use this to make a stem for one of the commissioned pipes. I won't need all of this, but I'm going to use a good chunk of this one to make a stem for it. But we've got that color. It's a simulated bone, and they've got this color here, which simulates horn. So these are acrylic blocks for a shank cap or an inlay. They look really nice, a little more stable than the natural materials, and they don't smell. I don't know if you've ever cut antler or horn or bone, but they reek. It kind of sucks when you got to work with those, but they look absolutely beautiful when you're done. But it's easier to work with the acrylic, and I think the epoxy holds better with the acrylic as opposed to the natural material. But those are different things that stems are made out of today. A lot of pipe makers swear by using the Delrin. Fine, more power to them. If that's what they like, go ahead and use it. That's fine. Everyone likes different things. I just don't like using it. I prefer to use the material that I'm making the stem out of. Like for this pipe here, I made this stem, and it's an ebonite stem that I made, and it's probably almost 2 years old. I've smoked probably 200 bowls, maybe more, out of this pipe, and I like the military mount, and I like this because I can take it apart while I'm smoking it, and it works real nice, and it's more comfortable in the teeth and the clinch for me. So anyway, I'm rambling. I hope this answers some of your questions on material, different stuff that pipe makers use for stems. If you have any more questions, just shoot me a question in the comment section, or shoot me a VR, and I'll check it out. And I will, if I don't have the answers, I'll find them out for you and get answers for you. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a good end of the week and a good weekend, and I hope you stay dry. So be well, stay smoky. Bye-bye.